Greetings, everyone! TCGWolf here, bringing you yet another update video. This time around, we have quite a few things to discuss, so instead of shoving it into a Shaddoll from scratch video, I thought it'd just be better to make it its own thing. Not to lose your attention though, here are the things that we're going to be going over today. We're going to start off by talking about Shaddoll from scratch, going on to talking about the streaming we've been doing. We're going to be mentioning the Patreon as well as the Discord, the new content that's coming soon, and where the channel is heading to next. Without any further ado, let's start with Shaddoll from scratch. As many of you know, episode 15 marked the turning point of the series, shifting the focus away from the ranked gameplay to focus more on you guys as my audience. And yeah, considering the milestone we just hit of 1,000 that we hit the week prior, I think I'm fully able to call you guys that now, which is weird. For those that didn't watch it, everything you knew and loved about the series got a bit of an upgrade. The magical market is now more relevant than ever, challenges are still going strong, and by the way, keep those suggestions coming, and we got a new introduction of Blackbeard in the last episode that will handle all of the viewer duels. While upgrades are neat and all, what I really want to cover is the end game. Because in all honesty, it's edging closer every week. I originally set out to create a deck that could climb all the way to the highest rank of whatever platform I set out to use, but as the metagame got faster and faster, Shaddolls have been falling more and more out of relevance. While I can keep adding cards to the deck in hopes of keeping up, we'll eventually hit a brick wall. The series is planned to go on until we either reach the goal, or the goal seems impossible. This is partially why the focus has been shifting away from the rank ladder in the videos and moved more to the weekly streams instead, because 5 duels a week just isn't enough to make a substantial climb. So where am I going with all of this? Shaddoll from scratch will have its last episode at episode 30. It's been an absolute blast creating Shaddoll from scratch, but every journey must unfortunately end one way or another. I could run the series for over 50 episodes as it is, but if there's no substantial progress being made for that long, it's bound to get incredibly stale. Rather than drag it out for longer than it needs to, I'd like to move on to bigger and better things. Don't you worry, you pretty little heads though, sealed-only content is going nowhere. A Season 2 will be coming after sealed-only Shaddolls eventually end. I'll be talking a little bit more about that in the Discord section, so hang on until then. There's still plenty of time left for the dolls as it is though, so don't worry about them. Daddy Dragoon still has a lot of victims to claim, and, you know, we want to be able to use all the cards that we've gathered in the last, month. Let's shift focus a bit. Streaming. A big part of the upgrade for the channel has been the weekly streams I've been doing ever since I believe episode 13. Every Wednesday we've attempted to climb the YGO Omega ladder, and every Friday we've been enjoying Tag Force 1 for the PSP as of now. It turns out that you guys have actually been enjoying these streams, because every week I'm shocked at how many people decide to turn up. So in line of this, we're going to make streaming a more permanent thing and expand the games that we play a little bit more. The biggest change, however, is that streaming will now take place on Twitch as opposed to YouTube. As much as I hate splitting the community up to 2 different platforms, YouTube just isn't as good as handling streams as Twitch is. It saves me a ton of headaches at the back end when moving to Twitch. So I thought it'd just be the best thing to do for the channel to make the streams as good as possible, both for you guys and for myself. The link to the Twitch channel is available in the description of every new video, including this one, as well as on my channel page. So what are we going to be doing on stream now that we're moving to Twitch? Well, the same thing, really. Wednesdays are still going to be our futile efforts to climb the rank ladder in YGO Omega, and Fridays are still going to be chilled out, casual streams where we play games we happen to find fun. Tag Force 1 is still underway, but I'm thinking I may do a Pokemon Nuzlocke or 2 on Fridays if people want to watch it. However, the stream VODs will still be uploaded to this YouTube channel in case you can't make it to a stream, so no worries. If you're not interested in watching the VODs, don't do it. I don't mind. They're there for people who miss the stream and want to watch them. I don't expect them to have any sort of viewership whatsoever. Now for the most uncomfortable thing for me, the Patreon. For being a content creator, I am legitimately dogshit at selling out. I feel now that we've reached the milestone of 1K, this is as good of a chance as any to open up the chance for you guys to support me outside of just watching the content I create. Keep in mind, I'm completely new to anything related to Patreon, or the very idea that people would want to buy me a coffee every month as thanks for throwing PNGs around the screen. but I digress. For those that are interested in supporting me financially, the Patreon is now available with the link in the description, as well as the channel page in case you're looking for it. For your support, you gain access to some fancy perks like priority to the viewer duels, secret rooms in the Discord only available to patrons, and a thank you in the next upcoming video of your choice. For some of the higher tiers, you'll have your name at the end of every new episode, regardless of series, the sneak peek room on Discord and Patreon where I release snippets of upcoming episodes, and the highest base tier even gives you access to the Creation Corner, where you, yes, you get the chance to decide upcoming content for things that I create. There's also the elusive Dragoon tier, where you'll be able to sit down with me to create your very own intro animation for the series. Keep in mind, again, that I am completely new to the idea of accepting patrons or any monetary things in general. I've done my best to guesstimate the cost of the Patreon tiers based on what time it would take to give the rewards within, but I'm always open to suggestions both in terms of cost and rewards. No matter what, all content that I produce will remain free. Patreon is completely optional for those that want to go the extra mile, but all of you lovely viewers will still get all of my content no matter if you're a patron or not. Let's move swiftly along to the Discord. For all of you that are currently following my content and are not on the Discord, you should probably consider joining it. Nearly all updates brought to the channel will be on the Discord way before you guys see it here on YouTube. Not only that, but the Discord is the main place to communicate with me both in and out of content creation. I usually just hang around there to chat with you guys after all. Some of the patron rewards are Discord exclusive, so please keep that in mind as well. Other than that, all suggestions for the content I create find their best place on the Discord. It's much easier for me to find things there than scouring through the hundreds and hundreds of YouTube comments. You can suggest contents for the sealed only series, queue up in order to be featured on said series, or just tell me I'm a fat stinky loser. The choice is really yours. You'll also receive updates on content, streams, and all of that in the announcement channel on the Discord. Not to mention, you'll have a chance to vote for what we do for a sealed-only Season 2 once that becomes a thing. If you want to see me tackle a certain type of deck, the Discord is the place you'd want to be when the poll opens up. Basically, what I'm saying is just join the Discord. Link is in the description. You have nothing to lose. With all of the necessary things out of the way, let's talk new content, because oh boy, it's coming. There are a few things currently in the works for the channel, but keep in mind that neither of these have a set release date. Hell, they might not even make a live at all. They're just ideas floating around in my head of things that I want to do. Before we even get into them, however, let's make one thing very clear. The channel name is TCGWolf, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Wolf. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not the only game that I play, and the idea was never to make this a Yu-Gi-Tuber channel exclusively. With that out of mind, here's the gist. Sealed Only Commander is up first, and yeah, you heard that right. Magic the Gathering is a game I used to play competitively a couple of years back, actually qualifying for their version of regionals back in the Concept Arcade block. Sadly, due to moving countries from Sweden to Greece, I lost my playgroup and it sort of fell to the wayside. Not anymore. Myself and 3 of my lovely community members have decided to get together and host the Commander Tourney of a lifetime. Each of us will start with one of the pre-constructed 2020 Commander decks, duking it out in a free-for-all every week until someone claims 5 victories, becoming the ultimate commander. Each week, we get to open a full box split between one of Magic's many blocks decided by the Wheel of Fate in order to improve our deck to best our opponents. Who will come out victorious? Who will fill their board with an unstoppable army? And who will roll the Alpha Beta block on the wheel and get the illustrious Black Lotus? You'll have to tune in to find out. Second up is Yu-Gi-Oh! Time Warp. This is a ripoff of the Progression series, but it just has a fancier name. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to hide that one. I just really want to do a Progression-style series, because it looks like a ton of fun. Most of you have seen either Seema or Revs play a series like this, so you sort of know what to expect. The twist for this one is that the series will be opening 40 packs every episode instead of the usual 24, and we'll be doing 2 sets every episode instead of 1. This way, the progression will feel quicker and more impactful, as well as letting us players be more in charge of what we want to improve with our decks, seeing as we can split the 40 packs along any of the sets of our choice. Keep an eye out for updates on this one, because there is tons to be decided. To round this video off, let's talk about how far the channel has gotten so far. In November of 2020, I set out to create my own channel with the hopes that a small audience would enjoy the weird things that I do. The silly, the serious, and everything in between. I had no intention of getting anywhere, nor to become a creator that hundreds of people look forward to watching every week. Despite all that, we've managed to gather up a whopping 1,000 subscribers. In my head, that still seems impossible to me, because how can 1,000 people want to watch me, of all people? It tears me up a little bit to think that people genuinely enjoy what I do, but it also pushes me to do it better than ever before. Simply put, we aren't stopping here. I'm going to put everything into making the best content I possibly can, providing as much entertainment as possible for you guys out there. Your support literally keeps me going, and if the support continues like it has, the content will keep on flowing. With everything out of the way, thank you all for watching, and stay safe out there. I would not want to lose any of you.